Hey, it's Jack here. We're back in Boulder City, Nevada. Tonight we're going to spend a night at the Historic Boulder Dam Hotel. Walk around the facilities, give you that room tour. Let's go inside and check it out. Well, here's the check-in desk. You can see keys up against the wall. I've already checked in. Room for the night is room 224. Let's go upstairs here and check it out. Point out they do have a museum on premise. We'll check that out as part of our tour. Or we'll go upstairs right now to the hotel guest rooms. Well, if you don't want to climb the stairs, there's an elevator right here. You can head on down this way. Set our rooms at the end of the hallway on the right to room 224. And they weren't lying. Here we are, room 224. We do have a sign on the wall here. It says a room decor is sponsored by Brett and Priscilla Runyon of Desert Sun Realty, the Boulder City Museum and Historical Association, designed by Brett and Priscilla Runyon. And we do see the room is sponsored by Brett and Priscilla Runyon, Desert Sun Realty, Boulder City Museum and Historical Association, designed by Brett and Priscilla Runyon. Old school key. Put it in, check it out. I have to say, first thing I noticed when I opened the door up is just the clean aroma in the room. Just a very nice aroma. Wish I could bottle it up, put it part of this video, but unable to do so. Anyways, this is the front entranceway as we come in. We have a king suite for the night. Have two chairs here. Got the remote control for the TV. And have this small TV here. It looks like probably about a 32-inch TV probably. Because it's a suite, we do have an area where you can sit down and eat if you want to. They have a microwave, which is always nice. They have a refrigerator. We do know the refrigerator is not stocked. It's a regular refrigerator. Bring your own stuff. Go to the grocery store before you come out. Pick up some microwave stuff. You can put it right there. See what they have above here. Okay, the cabinets are empty, no big deal. See if they have anything above. Nope, also empty. Sink with paper towels. Now as we come back, this is the bedroom of the suite, if you want to call it that. Definitely is. Big king size bed here. We have an old school phone over here on the right side. Over here on the left, there is a clock. And I also noticed they've got on the wall here plenty of plug-ins for all your electronics. So they got the USBs and they also have the AC power right there. Now as we walk around the bed, come up here, this is probably the bathroom. It is the very dark bathroom. Let me kick the light on. Okay, we got a little fan noise going on. Anyways, here's the toilet here. We have a sink. They've got soap and lotion on the wall, which is nice. Don't have messy bar or anything like that. Plenty of towels there. They do have washcloths, which has been a thing recently at the hotels I've stayed. There's been no washcloths. Have the old school type of knobs there for the bathtub shower, handheld shower head, and they've got the dispensers there for shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. Now coming out of the bathroom, foot of the bed, there's a chest of drawers. Top of that is another TV. Looks like about same size as the one in the entry there. It's probably a closet, I'm guessing. Yes, it is a closet. Have the luggage rack there. We look up, we have a spare blanket on the shelf, and there's some hangers right here. Another thing to note, they've got this large wall mirror right here. Over here there is a Kleenex. These are just decorative items here on there, serve no function. And of course we got this piece of furniture here that is rather unique to look at. On the wall they have various artwork, historic type of artwork. There's a picture here. Don't know what year it's from. There's not a year on the picture that I could see, but we can see Hoover Dam right here. There is a TWA aircraft here. It looks like a DC-3. So this is probably from the 40s, I'm guessing, 40s, maybe 50s. But very cool. We can see the original. There was There's a bridge now that you can drive over here that just goes, bypasses the dam, but used to, the way you had to come through was to drive on this path up here and go over the dam directly. And speaking of that archway that you can drive in front of it now, you don't have to go over the dam to go through. You've got the archway right here, then you've got the dam right here. I checked in at sunset, obviously. We can see the beautiful sunset out there in the distance. And this is our view looking out here at historic Boulder City. And one thing I noticed on the wall here is they also have a USB plug here on the wall. This is as you go out, this actually turns the overhead light on in the entryway, and you can put your USB devices, plug them in here, set them up here on the cabinet, right by the TV as you come in. Back down the hallway, room's on the other end, we see a sign here that says coffee. Let's see what that's all about. Well, this is cool. It brings you into this lounge area. Got this old roll top desk here and the furniture here, and then got the coffee mess here. This is your hot and cold water. They have creamer, and I don't see coffee. I see tea back here, but no coffee. Maybe coffee's in the morning. But anyway, this is a nice area here. They got the cups on the wall for the coffee. And then over here, if you just want to get some ice water, they've got some plastic cups over here for the ice water. But right here, this is cool. This is still in the lounge area, the coffee mess area. We see some vintage photos from back in the day. This looks like it's probably based on the cars there, maybe the early 30s, early to mid 30s, which would make sense when this was built up in 1933. So that's probably about right. This has been the early 30s on these photos here. As we exit the coffee mess, we'll go downstairs here, check out the lobby area. I have a great vantage point here. We can see a fireplace. Looks like they have Cocaine Bear sitting right over there. He's got a sack on his back for Christmas time. Got plenty of lounge area here. They've got this Christmas tree here, all decorated for the holidays. We'll go ahead and go down this way, and we'll check out the museum. Now, the museum is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week, 365. Looks like this is where we go in. Figure this was being built out of the Great Depression, and so this sign is appropriate here. Workers what I want, not charity, who will help me get a job. And right here, feel for this guy. Hopefully you found work right here to help build the dam. Right here it says, suppose you had to leave home knowing you probably would never return, what would you take with you? And they've got a list of things here, modern things that, what would you take with you? And down below, they show what that was in the Depression era, what people would bring with them. Here it says a deadly desert place, and we can see those rattlers right there on that sign. And those rattlesnakes are still out here. Just got to be careful where you step and watch where you're going. And here's what Boulder City looks like.
We left Las Vegas and came out
right back in the day, this is what it looked like. Wow, just like a raggy town here, some shanty shacks. Nothing like it is now. Right here, this is Frank Crow. He was a man in charge of the project. Over here, they're showing the building of the dam. Got some explosives going off here. This is lives on the line, dynamite, high voltage lines, heat, truck exhaust, and haste made the tunnels a dangerous place to work. What's my job? It says workers had strange names for their jobs. See if you can guess which ones each man did from the job title. Okay, nipper, that sounds like someone who would like cut wire. He works beside the miner, keeping him supplied with drilling and steel. A juicer, that sounds like possibly like someone who brings water in. And it says, once you're stuffed with dynamite, you got safely out, the juicer sets off the blast. Well, there you go, now we know. The scaler, it sounds like someone who would climb the wall. And that's the guy who pries the rocks loose off the walls. So I was close, had to do with the walls. He just doesn't climb it, he pries the rocks off there. The mucker, now this is something, I used to know this one, I don't remember it, so we're just gonna open it up and see what it is. And the mucker, yes, that cleans the mud out. I tend to remember that, I just couldn't remember it before I flipped the thing up, so I wasn't gonna try to guess at it. Bars, bits, and banjos, and other thingamajigs. Got this big room here showing the dam, what it looked like getting built. Got this crew right here. It said 4,000 men and a 5,000 men in a 4,000 foot canyon. And here they show you a picture of it, them laying the dam down, how they built that out. Here's some hard hats that were used on the project. And here they've got a thing that says, who's buried in Hoover Dam? It says, despite the stories, no worker was buried alive in the concrete. For one thing, each 8-yard bucket raised the level only about 2 feet, not deep enough to bury a worker. So there you have it. There are no workers buried in Hoover Dam. Here's a nice looking patch quilt. Some items that may have been in the kitchen back in the day. Along with the button jar. And the theme over here is home, sandy home. I would imagine it was pretty dirty out here with all the construction going on and so forth. Over here it says a rich and famous come to Boulder City. You got Shirley Temple here. And over here there's Will Rogers. And here's the hotel in the early 30s. So I was right on the picture that I saw in the coffee mess. That's the same picture, and they look like the early 30s based on the cars, and so I was right on that. We keep going around the faux box office here. We see Laurel and Hardy. Over here in this area, it talks about the project. And the project was, this is stuff that was contributed by each state to build the dam. So like 50 lumber workers came from Mississippi, 121 workers came from Tennessee. There was one on here I saw that workers, 327 workers, petroleum products, and work boots for workers came from Kansas. Just all sorts of history here. Just too many of these signs to go through. If you come out here, this is definitely worth a stop in. This is free, even if you're not a hotel guest. You can come here to this museum 7 days a week, 365, and they're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Over here are some artifacts also from back in the day. I'll come back here. This is a cool photo. This is when they're building the bridge. That's Highway Interstate 11, I-11. Here they have a guest book. We'll go ahead and get signed in here. And over here, if you want to leave a donation, they greatly accept the donation. Just above the donation area, this is an aerial map of, or aerial photo, I should say, of Boulder City. You can see here the school and the football field, baseball field, and then the rest of the city. And it's definitely grown since this photo was taken. As you come out over here, this is like a little movie theater area, having a Florida movie going. Over here, there's some more photos. Here's how they built the concrete up. Really good photo of that there. We got this guy on top of that there. It doesn't look like he has any safety lines on whatsoever. It's different, a different day, different era when they built the dam. Over here, there's guys filming the building of the dam here. It says that the construction worker would make lamp bases and other home items such as cups, mugs, etc. made from scraps. That's what we have here. This room's currently locked up. It's called the Environmental Cultural Exhibit. We'll poke our head in here and just take a look with the camera, see what we got. Got some bighorn sheep over there. Got a model of something right here. Looks like we got a vendor guy straight ahead of us there. If you're looking for stuff to do in the area, as you're going down the hallway to the Dam Museum, they've got these various flyers here for things to do in the area. I'll come down now to lobby level. You saw it from above just a few minutes ago. Come over here, see these display cases here with various things inside there. We've got a fire going. See a picture of Santa reading to the kids there above the fireplace. And again, we can see that big Christmas tree. Now closed because of the time of day is their restaurant. The restaurant is open 7 to 3 during the week, and they told me during the weekends it's open till 10 p.m. We're going to come back down here and have breakfast tomorrow morning, so I'll feature that at that time. The hotel staff told me the restaurant right across the street is pretty good. It's called the Cornish Pasty Company. Public house. We'll go over there and check it out. Well, here's our menu at the Cornish Pasty Company. And got the light behind me so you see the shadow for the camera there. And I'm just checking it out. I don't know what I'm going to get. We got appetizer soups, we got salads, we have dessert sides on this side. And we have the signature pasties on this side. And then we've got the vegan pasties over here, which we won't look at that. We'll look at the signature stuff. I don't know what I'm going to get, but when I do, I'll show it to you. If you're interested in the menu, I'll hold this up here to where you can freeze frame your screen and take a look for yourself. Oh, the ambiance here is really cool. The decor and stuff. Of course, they've got the guys there from Boulder Dam, key dam builders there. And all the way in the back, they do have a pool table. Well, I'd asked the waitress if they had a QR code for their menu that I could show the audience, and actually on the other side of this billboard that was on the table, we do have a QR code there. So if you're interested in the menu, other than the pictures I showed earlier, scan that QR code right there. Well, dinner has arrived. I went with the shepherd's pie. Looks amazing here. Hopefully it tastes as amazing as it looks. We'll check this out. Well, here's what the innards look like on the pasty. You got some mashed potatoes, you got some cheese there. Of course, you have the lamb for the protein. You've got some peas, some carrots, and there's some onion in there. And there is a sauce too. Magnificent flavor. Overwhelming in a good way with it. Just brings out your taste buds. Amazing flavor, real hot out of the kitchen. No, this was not my first choice here. I was actually ordered the chicken pot pie, but they said they were out of that. So I asked the waitress girl, I said, what do you have then? Because I've been at restaurants where I ordered one thing, I'm like, my second choice they're out of. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't in that tonight, and I wasn't. It came up that they had the shepherd's pie, so I went ahead and went with that. That was my second choice. And really, it's good. Well, check has arrived. It was $19 for the shepherd's pie, $1.59 for tax, a total of $20.59. I'll leave a tip on top of that. And if you don't want to sit inside, you can sit outside here. They've got plenty of outside seating. I couldn't help but notice right behind me here, there's a statue of Babe the Pig. Oh, we can see the sun's coming up over the horizon there. Let me tell you about the stay here at the Boulder Dam Hotel. So what was it like staying here at the Boulder Dam Hotel here in Boulder City? First off, the hotel is centrally located in the historical district. It's a great hub to go look at antique shops, go to any of the restaurants in town. The hotel itself, with the decor and everything, throws you back to like the 1930s, 1940s. Really a nice, quaint area to stay in, and the whole atmosphere here at the hotel. Hotel staff was super friendly, checked in real easy, hand me my key. Love the fact that we have an old school key. Having the museum in the hotel was real neat. Just go downstairs, walk through, and you can check that out. Also, you don't have to be a hotel guest to check out the museum. Now, speaking of the museum, let's talk about that for just a second. This room, second level, and it's above the museum. So up until about 10 p.m. last night, the museum closes at 7, but up till 10 p.m. I could hear the explosions from the museum, from probably the video. And I was like, okay, when are they going to shut this off? I eventually fell asleep with the explosions going, and woke up this morning, and then they had turned everything off down there. So I don't know what time they actually turned it off, but I know for a fact at 10 p.m. last night, I was still hearing explosions from the museum downstairs. It's nice having the area with the refrigerator, microwave, and a table where you can bring some food in if you want to, take something to go from one of the restaurants outside. It's really handy if you just don't want to sit in a restaurant, bring the food back and just relax in the room. The Runyons, who sponsored the room, did a great job of the decor. They did miss one thing though. That thing is a working desk where you sit down, draft your email, or what I've been doing is editing video. That's kind of a drawback. It's the only thing really missing in the room. The bed was very comfortable. I think it's a memory foam bed. Not soft, not firm, but just right. And I slept so well on that. Restaurant of the hotel, the website really didn't talk about what the hours of the restaurant were. They said they had a speakeasy downstairs and that they had the restaurant with a steakhouse and open for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Get on property and find out that they're open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. But yeah, I guess on the weekends they do open up till 10 p.m. So if you're here on the weekend, that would be beneficial. You could go there and check that out. Again, you don't have to be a hotel guest to check out the restaurant. Well, with all that said and done, would I stay here again? The answer is yes, I would stay here again. Hotel is great, great location, walking distance, anything you want to go to here in Boulder City. Well, with that said, we're going to go downstairs. Breakfast is going, I can smell it cooking. Go downstairs and we're going to check out breakfast here at the hotel. Oh, here's the restaurant, 1933. Let's go on inside. Decor in here is really nice. Well, here's their menu. They've got brunch that says serve daily. Got their local favorites, lighter options, eggs and omelets here, pancakes, French toast sides. Flip it over on this side. They've got salads, sandwiches, wraps, build your own damn burger. That's kind of cool. But it's breakfast time, so we're gonna stick on the breakfast side here. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but when I do, I'll show it to you. Photo from back in the day. This probably is in the 40s based on the cars we're seeing here. But across the top of the roof here, I see where it says Boulder Motel. That's a bit brisk out this morning, but they do have outside seating here, right here. Well, here's another vintage photo of the hotel here. It says, will open soon. And this would have been back in the 1930s when the place was first being built. And here's a view from back in the day. It says Boulder Dam Hotel there, and the hotel's over here on the right. And this is Arizona Street. That's a street that's right out in front of the hotel here. What's interesting here is it shows a parking lot, but that's no longer a parking lot. There's a building there now. The breakfast has arrived. I went with what's called a meat omelet. There's 3 different varieties of meat on there. I know there's steak, bacon, and I think ham. And then there is country potatoes here, and I can smell the aroma off the country potatoes. They smell really good. And of course, I went with some coffee here. We'll give this a taste, see what it's like. We're going to start with the potatoes here, see what they're like. So the potatoes are really good. They are crispy on the outside, but not overly crispy, and the inside is real soft and tender. And the seasoning they used on there is amazing. We'll give this omelet a flavor taste. So it's like I didn't add anything to it. I do like hot sauce on my omelets and my eggs. So try this out, see what it's like. Oh, I missed Boke earlier on the omelet when I talked about it. I thought there was ham in there. It's actually sausage. So you have bacon, sausage, and steak. And with the flavor of those 3 put together, the way they did it up, fantastic flavor. Let me go ahead and add some hot sauce to finish up the meal, and then we'll be back in a moment. I have to say the food here was fantastic. The whole breakfast was. Imagine lunch and dinner when they have it is just as good. If you're in the area, you don't have to stay here at the hotel to come to the restaurant. So come in, check it out for yourself. Well, the total came up to be $15.53 for the breakfast with the coffee. Of course, I'll add a tip to that. Well, something I missed last night going into the hotel was the Boulder Dam Hotel is on the National Register of Historical Places. But before we check out, I wanted to show you around a little bit within walking distance of the hotel here. So right across the street's the Cornish Pasty Company. That's where we had dinner last night. We walk over here on the corner, you can see Sherman's House of Antiques. They have some unique stuff inside of there. And we'll walk over here behind the hotel, show you some stuff over here too. You can see here on the outside, the building is made of brick. And directly behind the hotel, there's Goat Feathers Emporium, which is an antique place. They have a bunch of unique things inside of there. And throughout Boulder City, they have sculptures like this one. This one's called Egg-Sided. You got Humpty Dumpty on a stack of books there. This one sits right out in front of the pawn shop here. Looks like they're open by appointment only. So if you wanted to look in their pawn shop, you'd have to give them a call apparently. That's called the Damtown Pawn Shop. Over here there's a QR code for Boulder City tourism. If you're interested in Boulder City tourism, that QR code's right there. You can scan it right now. Over here on the corner, we got this statue called Afternoon Breeze. A lady holding her hat while she walks down the boulevard in the breeze. This statue over here represents the puddlers. Let's call it Puddler's Break. These are the guys who were laying the concrete in the dam while it was being built. To give you an idea how far we walked, we haven't walked far at all. We walked all the way around the hotel. The hotel is right here. And we just walked all the way around the back of it. Came over here to the corner, right at the corner of Nevada and Arizona Street. Got these eagles here. This one's called the Relationship. A little bit up the way, it's called the Wild One. Got this guy riding his motorcycle, his chopper, down the road here. Another one over here within close proximity. See a big owl over here. We'll take a look at that. The owl is called the Monumental Professor. Got this owl on top of some books here. This is called the Coffee Cup, Great American Food. Out in front of that though, what got my attention was the big kahuna here. This looks like a Zoltar. And speaking of Zoltars, we walk down a little bit further here. We do find a Zoltar Speaks right here.
I see you over there. Yes, you. Come on over and let Zoltar be sharing with you your fortune.
This one's called Album. As you can see here, he's got his broom and toilet paper around his neck is also on the broomstick there. And he swept out the outhouses and kept them supplied with toilet paper while they're building the dam. Over here by the Ace Hardware, we have Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. I hope you enjoyed this walk-around tour of the Boulder Dam Hotel here in Boulder City, Nevada, as well as we walked around, looked at some of the statuary that's nearby and some of those curio shops and antique shops. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.